Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4 Episode 23 with me, Sid, and we're here in my basement. I have, on our excursions out, I can't remember which excursion it was, we did find a boiler and condenser, so I've set this up ready to start making some brandy. And as part of the effort towards that, I have got quite a lot of alcohol in here. There's 200 litres of alcohol there, and then another 30 there. So, or at least it will be in about 6 and a bit days. Game time. So, I have some plans that I want to go ahead with this episode, and I want to kind of move and do something different. I also do want to take over. Let me just go into it. I did make some steel. I donated half of the iron that I put. Basically I made 32 iron ingots and put them through the steel things and put half of them in the community and half of them for me, because that's the way I roll. We'll take some copper nickel. We'll take those with us. That's probably a good. What can you do with metal scraps other than? I know you can grind them into rusty metal. And a rusty metal can be used to make powdered rusty metal, which in turn is used for dye. So that really doesn't need a metal slot at all. We do need some tin slots and silver slots and stuff like that. But let's just let's go and get these first. So I planted a whole load of bamboo after our trip out, and of course, you know, we've got a lot of stuff to work with. We've got a little bit of bamboo here for starters, which I'll pop back for now. A whole load of gubbins that we got from our various raids, bits and pieces. There's some more gubbins there. There's even more gubbins in there. I don't think there's any gubbins in those. No, those are all empty. That's empty, you're empty, you're empty. So, still stuff to sort out. These tent bags are great, but you never clean them out after yourself. They're like a teenager's room. But what I would like to do is I would like to take all of this lot down. I'm also going to grab all of these edible shoots in a moment. And I would like to get myself a whole load of bamboo, because this is quite a versatile block for quite a lot of building options. So, and of course, if push comes to shove, it's also not a bad fuel. So yeah, we will take an opportunity to grab the old bamboo, which we're going to take up to the new build. I'll get those in a minute. Oh wow, you actually managed to get in there with the honey, did you? Okay, that's fine. But I better get these then. Whoa, that snake is not happy. You're a bit stuck there, mate. Here you go, let me help you out. Because you look venomous. I actually haven't been bitten by those snakes yet. Killed a few, in, error. But I've never actually got bitten by one, so I don't know what the effect of being bitten by a venomous snake is in Vintage Story. I mean, is it like Minecraft where, you feel you get a little bit of a thing and you take some damage over time, or is it more like real life where you feel ill and then you drop dead? I'm not eager to experiment, I'll be honest. I mean, why would you be? Who would be eager to experiment with venomous snakes? Anyway, we're going to get this lot, and then I'll come back and I shall meet you up at the modern build, where we can go over my plans for the episode. There's probably going to be a little bit of time lapsing in this one. I am toying with the idea of getting myself a camera account. The only problem is I only really got the one PC, so short of installing Vintage Story on my work laptop, or I think I've got a Surface Pro kicking around somewhere, but they're dog old. So short of doing that, I'd have to try and run. In fact, you can't run Vintage Story on the same machine, can you? It throws a wobbly and gets upset about it. So yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, yeah. Right now it's not a major consideration, but I will have to consider it going forward. To see whether things. I'm quite happy to do first person time lapses. That doesn't bother me. So let me grab all of this stuff, and I shall see you in a moment. Alright, here we are at the modern build. It is spring, so it's warming up. It's only -4 degrees here now. Yeah, I probably should have built this somewhere a lot warmer. We'll leave him. I don't need dead hare meat. So yeah, modern build in terms of what's been going on up here. There's not a lot happened around here, but there is the kitchen, which has now got a lot of fruit drying it. I've just done another batch of red currant and blueberries. So they're drying. These have still got plenty of time in them. There's some rot and some bits and pieces, but most of this we've got a lot of pickles. Now, what I have done is things like the pickling, the barrels, some of the things like the fruit press and stuff, doesn't really feel like it fits this aesthetic. And obviously we've got our little wine fridge over here, which has got a goodly amount of wines in it, but what we have is a little dot there. You can see this, and this opens up now. In the next version, this transparency apparently is fixed, so we are looking forward to that. And down here we've got one cellar, two cellars, and soon to be a third cellar. But down here I've got my honey, I've got an empty barrel, I've got multiple barrels of vinegar. These are probably now done because they're covered there. They've got all of these. We've got these, so I'm going to use these for more storage of foods and the likes. We'll have our fridge up there, and that's going to be there. And then we've still got the bathroom to do, because I'm really not sure where to go there. With the bedrooms, to be honest, I've got a lot of work to do over there. But 1.20 QP chisel tools has decorative chiselable beds, so that means I can do something modern. So I've added some bloomery bases. I haven't got the fuel up here, but I stuck a whole load of nuggets in ready. I'm going to stick some more of these on the walls. You have got the fire bricks in, and through here currently we've got 4 racks. So I've got copper, I think, what was that, meteoric iron, that is iron, yep, and that should be lead. So lead pipes, iron bars, meteoric iron girders, copper pipes. So we are going to have a steel, a copper nickel. That's what I brought with me for this batch, and yeah, we'll build these two out. I also want to sort out the lighting for in here today, but what I really want to do is I want to work down there, because I'm wanting to build my vineyard areas, and I'll show you what I've got planned for that once I've got these 2 additional metal storage areas sorted. It's a steady progress, steady transfer of resources, so you know, there's no point rushing. This is let me just actually do some of those, because I actually really want them in, oh god, stop it, I want them in block form, not bamboo form, because the block is where this gets useful. There we go, guess we'll be rid of a few bits and pieces, gives me some space to work. Right, so first things first, let me get myself sorted out down in the forge. Be back in a moment. Alright, so for lighting, we're going to go nice and simple. We're going to go, so I'm doing this in quartiles, so we're not going to have duplication of stuff. I'm going to go there and add that to it, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to start off with this going down there, and then we'll come all the way down here like that, and all the way down there like that. And basically I'm looking for a cage light, and then maybe no, I think further down. Actually, I think further down still. Let's do it there. Yeah, that works. And then what we'll do, no, we're going doing this wrong. We'll grab you and you, and we're going to go and copy that, and then we're going to mirror it, and then we're going to do add shape, and then we're going to copy that, mirror it, and add shape. And now we've got a lovely modern bright light, which we can put, or let's have a look. We've got, I think, maybe there, and then we can copy you and put another one, say there, and maybe one there. However, to copy that I am going to also need my rather expensive Jonas palette, and we're gonna, I'm also tempted to use that same lighting while we've got some Jonas palette left. One, what we got there? One. Do I want one here? Yeah, why not? And then we can and now that's lit as well. So finally this bit, the only bit that's not lit, we need to do something for these stairs. I think I have the solution to that, but there's only 6 durability left on my Jonas palette, so right now I'm not going to I mean, I've got 13 plates. I can make another Jonas palette. I can actually almost make 2 Jonas palettes. It's difficult decisions. Let's leave it for now. A Jonas palette in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'm sure that's not the saying, but you know, I'm going with it anyway. Yeah. So this is now all nicely lit in there. Needs a door, but we have a fairly modern looking cage lamp running down there. This is all lit. Everything is good up here. I'm going to leave this for the time being. And we are going to go downstairs and start working on the vineyard area. Now my thoughts on the vineyard are interesting, shall we say. I'm just trying to find some materials. Can't remember what I'm going to have to go down and have a look at the block, aren't I think. But I'm fairly certain that was part of it. Just can't remember what I used in the way of gravel. It can't have been chalk gravel because I don't appear to have any. So we'll take you, and I'm actually going to take that as well. Now, do I have any stripped oak? Got a little bit of oak. We can take you. I'll do it for starters. So I need more. That was maple, wasn't it? Yeah. Need more oak, but that's fine. Let's go down and have a look what I've started. I've already made a slight start on this. Look at this game, it's so pretty. Never fails. Every time you turn around and the sun just glinting off the water or something, and you're like, oh, that's actually really pretty. So down here we've got quite a lot of real estate. And my original, the original thought of it being like the spawn area has obviously stopped bearing fruit, so it's fair game. Now my thoughts when we get to 120 is I want to build a small fishing villagey thing on the edge near the wreck, with some docks for boats and some fishing and stuff like that. I'm waiting for that because I want the wooden shingles. But down here I thought we could turn the foot of this mountain into like a vineyard area. So I have made this path. Now at the moment this is just a path, and if I kind of go and check what we got here, it is granite, gravel and chalk cobblestone, so I didn't even need the chalk dry stone. And we can go out, should really rename all of these as well. So my thoughts are to run these paths in with the chalk. Then we're going to stick oh, come on. Alright, we'll throw a bit away, that's fine. We're going to stick a wall around the edge. Now I think, I'm going to guess that a raccoon could probably get over that if I do that. So we do need to be a little bit cautious about how we do this. Not that I'm worried about loss particularly, but if we can just get this maybe down, oh, that's going to be a pain, isn't it? I'm going to have to shunt this back, I think, if I'm going to have there, because I don't really, I suppose we can come and take you, can't we? That needs to be changed out for chalk. We can come back there. In fact, we'll leave that there, and then we can bring this in like so. And then I just need a bit of chalk to go in there to block that off, and this will be one row of the vineyard. That will come down, and we'll kind of snake around the side here. This is just one field. We're going to have like multiple of these, so the idea is that it's, you know, a little vineyard estate. We're going to fake vines or grapes. We did no, I don't like that one there. We did look at there is a mod which gives you grapes, which we could potentially utilize later on. We didn't want to, when we started the season, we didn't want to put too many mods on that we would then have to update later and be basically stuck waiting for mods to update. Now at the moment, as at the time of recording, which is not necessarily the same as the time of viewing, we are waiting on, I think there's two mods which are absolutely critical, or at least in my opinion are absolutely critical, and a few other mods. Now there's some mods which haven't updated but seem to work, and then there are some mods which haven't updated and definitely do not work. and those are the ones that are causing more of the grief, if you like, because they are fairly critical to the smooth running of us getting the server updated. You know, medieval expansion is one of those mods, for example. So, you know, we can't really do much with medieval expansion. I'm just going to kind of put a little dog leg in there. We can't really do much with, because we'll have medieval expansion blocks. That's the gates and things like that, and they will obviously become broken objects if we were to upgrade. The other one, pardon me, which is more critical to me, especially with this build, is the Night Watcher. And the reason that's critical to me is, and I've spoken about this in the past, is I like to build using light. By that I mean, you know, you can set moody areas, you can have slightly darker areas, and you're not so desperately trying to make this spawn proof. Now, if we didn't have the Night Watcher, if I can get the hang on, I have got the thing, I just can't remember the control for it now because I don't use it very often. Somewhere. No. There is I thought it was F7. Where's the spawn? Come on. Spawn. Maybe I've not got it on this one. It's surprising. I do tend to put it on. Zoom, clay forming. Yeah, I don't think I have. If I were to highlight the spawnable areas on this build, this would be Spawn City. Without the Night Watcher, this would be I'd be constantly fighting in my own base, and that to me is not fun. But I don't want to have to light this up so everything is artificially bright, because that also is not, to me, conducive to a good build. You know, I want a build that looks a certain way. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with this. Anyway, let's go back down. Now I've got rid of, what did I wanted something. I came up, oh, that was it. I came up here for a block of chalk. And I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of those floating around, because I usually do. There you go. One. I only need the one, but we'll fix that, get that nice. So yeah, the ability to light things artistically rather than light things mechanically, which I suppose is that's the two differences, isn't it? If you're lighting it up purely to stop spawning, it's a mechanical lighting. There's no artistic consideration. You just have to make sure that every single block has got a light level low enough, high enough that things won't spawn there. Yeah, that to me, yeah, not my bag. Let's just say, put it that way. Now that's going to be annoying, because that is connecting there, and I really don't want you to connect there. Maybe I actually need to do this, because I'm just thinking that this is, well, again, I'm not too worried if the odd raccoon gets in. Right, what I would like to do, however, though, is I would like to get you, and I'd like to rename I'll just call it path. Now, question, can I... just so they're all named properly. But this is going to be shape and materials. I should have. Oh, of course, yeah. It's gravel. It doesn't like being pantographed. If it's still a gravity block, you have to ungravity block it first. I'm probably going to have to go and get my other pantograph before we're finished as well. Ah, no. But this will be one field amongst many. That's the idea anyway. Now I'm aware there is also a pathing tool, so QP's mod has a chisel which will turn blocks into path, which is fine, but I actually don't need these to be path. I just need them to be... oh, that was a steel pantograph. Okay, right, have I got another pantograph on me? Of course I don't. Let me put the steel bits away. I need to go home and grab a fresh pantograph then, don't I? Let me go and do that. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we've got the new pantograph. Let's see how long this lasts. I've gone through so many of these already this season. It's crazy. And I'm missing cobblestone. Okay, I need more. Chucked a gate on anyway. That was all good. Now what I want to do was I want to take something like this. So if we were to come up here, I move to come up 1, 2, 3 like that, and then I want to... oh, I need my hammer in my offhand. I'll go and grab those in a minute, but at least I can show you my plans. So we're going to make these into posts. Take this, and then, well, actually might be easier. Let me grab my planer. Take 2 off there, 2 off there, 2 off there, 2 off there. That should be now a 4x4, 4 voxels, which is 8 pixels. Just that isn't confusing at all, but thank God we haven't got pixel level chiseling. I'd never get anything done. So we got this, and then what we want to do is I would like to take you and I want to do that. This is exciting stuff, yes. And then we're going to grab, we can take the planer again. If I can find it, there we go. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So that should now be half the width of that. And we'll go up 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to struggle with this, so let's come in with the... Right, then I need to take out at about that level, I think. Now the nice thing about the bamboo is it looks a little bit like rope. Only a little bit, but still a little bit. So what we can do then is we can add shape. How am I going to handle that? I suppose what we'll do is we shall... Yeah, that's how we'll do it. It's alright. Thinking this through is sometimes, yeah, it's a bit like a game of Tetris made out, but with blocks, just blocks. So we take you and we take you, and that should give me a multi-material block, which I shall put no. Alright, we'll do it here, that's fine. Paintbrush, actually, where's my, there we go. And we're painting, so, but I only want to come maybe that far out. Then we can chisel that away, and we can make sure we're on that, and we can add this so it looks a bit like a knotted rope at the end, and we'll sort the underside in a moment, and then we'll just paint this in like that. Go away, grass. Nobody likes you. And then we can bring this down just a smidge to that kind of size. And that should be everything we need up. Almost to put that together. Now there is a little bit that I need to do here, but we'll come back to that. Let me get, in fact I probably need to do that first, so let me go and, have I got that? Yes I have, excellent. So I am going to come in here and I am going to add, no, packed dirt, believe it or not, and we are going to come out from there and we're going to fill this block with packed dirt. All the way. So basically the whole thing is packed dirt. So I can get myself kind of like this. I think I should be able to go and use the planer to address that, but I need to do the top as well, so we're going to have to bring that down. Now hopefully that this will work. I'm not 100% certain, but we'll give it a try. So if I go and grab the planer again, wherever I put it, it's in my inventory. Let's basically fill this. That's going to be awkward, isn't it? But if I do that, that will work. And then we can just basically come all the way up, all the way across. I'm going to take some of this off again, but right now I just need to get a starting position. Let me quickly fill that in. Take my hand planer. Is that central? Yes, it is, because it's there. It's alright. And then what we'll do is we'll chisel off some of the top layer. Like that. And what we should have is an ugly block of bunch of things. Then I need to go and grab you, and we're going to go and borrow some birch leaves like that one. Just the... That's not what I wanted, is it? No, that is not what you wanted. What I wanted was the branch lopper. Luckily there's lots of birch leaves around, so we can grab a few. We'll take our branch lopper, we'll put you away, and we'll swap you out for a paintbrush, and we shall put the paintbrush there, not that, and then we're going to swap that out like that. It's not perfect because it's obviously going to be birch leaves, but what I can then do is we can just roughen this up a little bit with... Now this might have been easier if I'd have done this before. We turned it into a wavy block of goodness. But that's fine. So it should have... What I'm not seeing easily here is the block running through the middle. It's there, but it's not showing up. So do I even need to bother? Because the idea then is we come in underneath that and we go, oh, that needs to be lower. I don't think that goes lower, does it? No. Okay, well that's that then. That won't work. It doesn't matter. It's worth a try. So what we shall do is we'll go back to plan B, or plan A, or plan whatever it was. And we'll just have a string running across the top. Okay, no problems. Let me get on with that. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, it's some time later. I've hit a snag, and I've been keeping myself busy. So let's start off with, there's a few snags we need to sort out here, which is you need to update the walls that are next to the blocks, because the blocks have connected and tried to form walls. You don't really want to be in here, mate. I think that's it. So red currants there, we've got a few cranberry bush over here. Now over here I have come in and I've put in, this is going to be, well, this is an orchard. I'm going to stick a whole load of the smaller bushes, blueberries, cranberries and stuff around the edges. We're also going to get bees in here, but we're going to do that with Langstroth hives once the trees have started to go. Now these are establishing, so it's going to take a while. These are all trees which thrive in temperatures between -5 and 18 to 20-ish, 24 at the high end for the cherry, with a rainfall between 0.5 and 1. So these should do okay in this area. Now the key is they need to survive. The other thing they need to do is they need to vernalize, and what that means is they need to stabilize at a certain temperature. So if we look at the trees back at spawn, of which I took a few cuttings, a lot of those are still young after what we're on now, 4 years of establishment. So they've been there for a long time. They've never fruited, and they will never fruit, because they will never get the temperature requirements for the required number of hours to vernalize to actually become adult trees. So hopefully this lot will. But this is going to be a bit of a work in progress, because obviously these all need to establish. There's only a 40% chance of each of these establishing, so I've got some spare cuttings here, and we need to put some detailing around here. Now where I have come a cropper is over here in this base. This is our blackcurrant area, and I ran out of bamboo, so I have planted a whole bunch of bamboos around the place. We're going to harvest some of them, just enough to make the things. We're going to plant this up as I'm going to just put you away. Oh, I can't, because that's full. Okay. What are you full with? You're full with wool. That doesn't belong in there. And you are full with oak. So you can have a hammer as well. Okay, and then we can pick you up, because again, this is going to have a little bit of stuff around. So the only other thing I want to do in this area right now, because there's obviously a lot I want to do, but we need to naturalize it, make it more things. I need to put more of these lampposts in, which we will do. But these ponds look artificial. Well, I mean, they are artificial, so of course they look artificial. However, we should be able to do something about that, because I have brought over, for starters, I have got a whole load of pond lilies. So we can come over to this little one here, and we'll just stick a few of those on. Not too many on that one, because you really can't see it. But on this one, I want to go mad, basically. So I went out gathering, and one of my tips whenever you want to go out gathering stuff is, if you're gathering, try and gather a stack. If you're going to the trouble of getting out into the world and doing stuff, you might as well make the trip worthwhile, because that way you get a lot more options when you come back to fill all of this lot in. And similarly, we can pop a few of these up here as well. Doesn't really make sense for them to be on the top here on the flowing water bit, what I mean. But you know, it will add to the look of the place. I've also got some of this seaweed, which we can pop in around, just again give this thing. The foxes have been busy in the area, but foxes are always busy in the area. You've seen the foxes around here, they're mental. So we'll use all of this up in here. There's plenty of space, and it won't look out of place at all. Till we've got a little bit more like that going. That's all good. And then we've got some brown sedge, which we can kind of run around the edge of these. I should also remember to do this one. This is, I tend to forget because it's out of sight, but let's just give it a little bit of love, not too much. And then we can use the rest of this sedge all the way on the edges of this. Until we've again made this blend and get a natural feel around the place. And then I've got a little bit of cattail. I didn't get too much of that. I was working in this area, and you know, this was OG spawn, so you can pretty much guarantee that this was heavily denuded of anything useful like cattails. So yeah, there wasn't a lot of these in the area to get, but that's fine. We can still work with what we got. I think that one's going to look a bit weird, but it's alright. Well, we will address. And that's the cattails. Now the other thing I got is a whole load. I got a stack of tool. There was loads of tool in the area, so we can grab those, and again we can just get in here and give this a little bit of nature, make it look like a more natural pond rather than something that was person made, in theory anyway. Whether it will or not that's, you know, that's going to be subject to the beholder, but I think we can make it look reasonable. Maybe even a bit out in the pond. And then of course we need to make sure we are doing this top half as well. I'd like to try and get some I don't have to use it all, of course, so that's another thing. There is such a thing as being able to say enough. So once you've got that, then the last things we need to do is I'm going to need you, you, and you. I say the last things for now. Not the last thing ever, because there's going to be a lot more work around here to do, and we are kind of dependent on certain things happening. So let us start off with can I get one there, and then maybe one there for starters? Is that enough for my starter for 10? Probably going to have to run back and make myself a couple more pantographs, because this brand new pantograph which I started with, yeah, I've already worn it out. So I made 2 steel pantographs just to make sure I got plenty, but we'll get these in, and then I can decide where I want the next ones and so on and so forth. If I do them steadily bit by bit, then I can get a feel for the overall lighting. And one of the things we've been talking about on the chat, because we are very close, very close to being able to update to 120. At least at the time of recording we are. But there are still a couple of mods which are showstoppers. There's 4 mods that we have which we can't update. Or haven't updated. However, 2 really don't have a major impact on us because Vicecraft or Vicecraft machines, as far as we're aware, nobody's made any. And of course we've got boats, we've got elks, we've got all of the other good things coming from that series of mods. So we're kind of okay there, I think. I'm going to stick one here, I think. I think that will look good. And the workbench mod, kind of chisel tool supersedes it, so you know, we can possibly ignore that. Now the bit we can't easily ignore is is 2 mods. One is medieval expansion, that hasn't updated yet, so we're waiting on medieval expansion. The other one is, and this is possibly a little bit more controversial, although for me it's an absolute slow showstopper. But I realise it may not be a showstopper for everybody else. I can't, you know, just say this is mine. But for me, it's really important, and that is the Night Watcher, because the Night Watcher allows me to light areas up in a way that's artistic and rather than functional. And I've mentioned this before. You can build using light rather than having to light and keep the light levels all the way around the area, you know, at this artificially high level. I'm going to do 1, we'll come down, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We'll do that, I think. And that will use up the batch of lanterns I made specifically for this purpose. So let me just get these in, and I shall be right back with you. Alright, well that should be about everything we can accomplish over here until the the fruit trees grow, but more importantly the bamboo grows. And there's a lot of bamboo scattered around, but I'm liking the look of this. This is going to look pretty sweet, I think, once everything's done. This pond now looks more natural. Once all of these have sprouted, that's going to look, these things. It's a bit like, you know, landscaping, isn't it? Come back and look at it in 100 years, because, you know, you might look a bit of a mess now. But yeah, there's a lot of space for capacity for growth here. Let me get that for a screenshot. Now the last thing I wanted to do is I just want to head back to spawn, because if we head over to my home base, or my, you know, church base, desert base, otherwise known as a place where you'll never get half of those trees to fruit. The pomegranates do really well down here, and things like the pomegranates, lychees, breadfruit, they'll all probably do okay in this area, or at least around this area, provided we get the rainfall right. But yeah, you need to know what the thing is. Now the annoying thing with all of that is the way to actually find out your average temperatures and things like that in an area is with a command, which you need admin rights to run. Which kind of seems crazy. you're having to spend a year in an area before you can even decide whether it's worthwhile planting your trees. And just to add insult to injury on that, you won't know for definite, because the tree information, the saplings, the cuttings, none of this information is available in game. This is all stuff you have to get from the wiki. So if we go down and have a look at the cuttings I've got down here, yes, okay, you can see there growing property, so it says growing properties must experience 250 game hours below 5 C in the cold season to bear fruit the following years. Will die if exposed to -12 degrees or colder. Values are averages and they can vary, so there's a little bit of the information there, but there's nothing about rainfall, nothing about minimum maximum temperatures. Just tells you that certainly not max, min, yeah, will die if it goes below. So again, if we look at that was your peach, if we look at the olive, evergreen will die if exposed to 7, so that's, again, that's probably one we can get away with in the desert, the olive tree. That one will die if exposed to -22, so that should be a good one. Pink apple trees, pomegranates. But then again, these will require, you know, a lot more thing. Anyway, we should have, that's had 8 hours. We've made 0.8 litres of red currant brandy. Woohoo! Let's grab some firewood. That is 8 hours of fuel. We whack in the, light it up again, and off we go. We've almost got a bottle of red currant brandy. I put 30 litres in, so I'm going to guess it's 10 to 1, which is reasonable. Should get 3 bottles out of that. And then if we were to head, well, I don't know what that bit of lag spike was, but we come in here, we've got more red currant, blueberry and red currant. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of distilling to give us some nice brandies and things for our drinks cabinet. Once it's up to temperature anyway. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.